Hey, you guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Ashley. If you are new, welcome. And if you're not new, thank you so much for coming back for another live chat on my channel. Today is an exciting video, at least I think so, because it came out of us just having a chat in the comment section during one of my live videos. And so that video, or that excitement, the exciting topic that we're talking about today is the Glam palette from Natasha Denona, comparing that to the Sultry palette from ABH. So I did hear that this is back for a limited time in like a bundle or something like that. So we're going to be comparing the two, this one versus this one, and seeing if we can get a similar look from the two palettes, because they both lean very cool. And you know, the Natasha Denona Glam palette is currently out of stock on Sephora, I do believe. So if you have the Sultry, do you really need the Glam? That type of thing. We're doing that today. So if you are interested, definitely stay tuned if you're watching the replay. And if you are tuning in live, thank you so much. I definitely appreciate you. And if you guys can hear a little noise in the background, I do apologize. I think someone's playing a video game right now. And yeah. But we're going to get through it. So I already have my face makeup on, as you can see. I just have to finish my brows, and then we can jump right into these eyeshadow palettes. So it's Black Friday. So how was your Thanksgiving? Definitely let me know. I hope it went well. Mine has gone well. And yeah, I was exhausted yesterday. So the picture from yesterday's live went up late. My little family photo, me, my husband, and my daughter, that went up a little bit late, but I got it up for you guys because we did talk about that in yesterday's live as well. So thank you guys again for attending yesterday's live. The turnout was really unexpected. So I definitely appreciate that. And I hope your day-to-day is going good. So it is Black Friday once again. What have you purchased, if anything? Have you stayed strong? Have you? I have so far, but the day is not over, okay? So I had completely forgotten that today's Black Friday. So a little bit before today's video, and before getting ready for today's video, I was doing some recon on these websites. The Natasha Denona website, I went to Beautylish, went on Sephora. And I did a quick glance at my promotions tab in my email. Also went to Charlotte Tilbury's website too. So far, no purchases have been made. So I think I'm doing all right. But I think Natasha Denona's sale goes through the end of the week, because today's Friday. So I think it goes through the 30th. Don't quote me on that one. I may be confusing it with another website, but she's got the 228 pans, buy one, get one free. Or basically you get 50% off both of them. So I think it's $238 for the two of them versus $479 or something like that. So if you're interested in those, that's a pretty good deal. I thought about it briefly, but did not make that purchase because I don't need all that eyeshadow. I do not need all that eyeshadow. I don't need all the eyeshadow I have now. So, so yeah. All right, my brows have their basic outline. I'm gonna go with my ABH pencil here, brow pen here, just to add a few hair-like strokes. Hi, Chai. Hello. How are you? Thank you for coming. For my base today, I am not using the Guerlain foundation. Surprise, surprise. I am using the AJ Crimson foundation. And this is here. I've had this since, I think, the end of July. I ordered it in the beginning of July, but that's another story. So I have it in I think shade number 6. For some reason, I thought it had more to the shade number, sequence, but it doesn't. It's just number 6, and it's cool. It's a cool foundation, and that's what it looks like. A little bit definitely goes a long way. So she is doing well. Yesterday, she was on one yesterday. The only way she would be quiet is if I help her. And I'm like, lady, of all the times, come on now. I'm trying to fix some turkey and dressing and stuff, and she wouldn't let me. So, but today's a better day. Today's a better day. But I was grateful that we actually got a photo with her looking at the camera, because every time I went to push the button, she turned her head and looked behind us. So it was ridiculous. I think she knows what the camera looks like, and she knows I'm trying to get a photo, and she just wants to look elsewhere. So, But she's asleep right now, as usual, during these videos. So hopefully she stays asleep, but somebody will get her. My husband will get her if she makes some noises. So, I know, she really wasn't. I'm like, babe, come on, please, just sit down. Sit here, play with your toy. She's like, no. So my Flickr thing came in today. My Flickr Skin Illuminating Powder Duo came in today. So I'm going to use that right now. Here it is. It looks really pretty. I did swatch it. I did a quick little swatch because I was curious. But I'm going to jump into this right now. Let's see, what brush am I going to use? I'm going to see about the Sonia G. I think it should work well. So Chai, have you purchased? Well, you said you had a lot of purchases early before today, but did you do anything else? I looked on Natasha's website and nothing intrigued me enough to make a purchase. You know what? I won't say that. That buy one, get one free for her 5 pans. I think you had mentioned that earlier this week. That's intriguing because there are some that I had my eye on before, because I only have one of those. All right, so I'm going in with the deeper shade, and there we go. Come on now. Yeah. Oh my goodness. Yay, it works. I mean, I know you guys told me it was going to work anyways, but yeah, this is pretty pigmented. That's rich. I'm going to have to blend that out probably like with my buffing technique, because that's a dark line. Oh, you purchased from Sydney Grace. Okay. So did you get like palettes or like singles or something? I'm not sure what they have in stock. I know they go in and out of stock a bit. That blended out nicely. A little bit better than the other side, because I was heavy-handed on the other side. Thank you. Thank you. All right. Oh, we'll get that together over there. Hi, Molly. How's it going? How are you doing? You purchased from Sydney Grace as well. Yeah, I saw Mel post on her community tab that there's a 25% deal going on. I didn't go look. I did not go look. I'll just say, I wish that Sydney Grace would post more deeper skinned people on their Instagram. And I said that in my video, the video I did on the Mel Thompson palette. But hopefully, they said they're working on it or something in June, that they were going to be working on doing that a little bit more. Well, they didn't say a little bit more, but I would imagine. So I did send the lady, because, she seemed pretty receptive based on like the communications that was going on during the George Floyd and everything in their comment section, that they were going to, work on that. So I sent her a little message. but with basically the same thing I said in my video. So, and she said, thank you for sharing. So I don't know if that's helpful, but I figured I'd add a little thing to the conversation, just to share my opinion, you know? And I think that would help the company. So, I think that would help for everybody to see that the shadows are really nice and that they work on everybody's skin tone, So, but anyways, that's not what you guys are here for. So that contour looks pretty nice. I like it. So but you can go a little bit hard with it. But it looks good. Okay, so we'll do the highlight. I always do my highlight after my blush, so we'll come back to that. Alrighty. I think we're all set. Let me get some primer on these eyelids, and we can hop into these eyeshadow palettes. And you said, yes, I think so too, Chai. And I did specify, like, I think it's fantastic that they, post Tina and Kelsey Breon J, and I think they do Alicia too sometimes or something. We need some richer skin tones on there too. So, and I said it kindly. At least I believe so. So yeah. But you said you bought singles for the first time. I'm not a single person. I think the only singles I have are when they came out with the multi-chromes. I bought 2 of those. And then I also got last year when they did their summer sale, they had the mystery bag. So I've got singles in that. Okay. I'm going to carve out my brows. I saw on Charlotte Tilbury. I'm not interested in it at all. But they have 2 of those, like the 12 pan palettes that are buy one gift one. I think that's a strange sale. I mean, of course, any company is entitled to do what they want to do, but because you can't choose whether or not you get a different palette, you have to just get 2 of the same palette. And I don't know. Because in the one, I think it's like Starry Eyes to Hypnotize or something. It has like a section that has blue in it. I was curious about that palette. So I would have purchased if I was able to pick a different second palette. Yes, I agree. Definitely, Chai. So, yeah. 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 I'm like, you're gonna make me get a second of the same palette when I don't even know if I like it in the first place to know that I'm gonna give it away to somebody. I don't know. So, no, I did not. I didn't. I did not because if I could have picked a second palette on the Charlotte Tilbury sale, then I would have bought that Starry Eyes to Hypnotize that had the like blue quad or blue triplet, whatever the breakdown is at the end. It looks really pretty, but yeah, I just don't want 2 of the same palette. And then who else had something going on? Who did I go to first? I don't remember. I know I looked at Beautylish to see what they had going on. I looked at Sephora, Charlotte Tilbury. Oh, and Natasha Denona. So I saw that they're doing that. You can buy the 128 pan and get the other one free. But I didn't purchase that either because I was like, I don't need all that eyeshadow at once. So, But it's a great deal, 50% off on those palettes. I think it's 400 and some odd dollars usually. You don't have anything from Charlotte Tilbury? Yeah, I've got a couple things. I do like this. Where's that powder? I just used it. Oh, this airbrush powder. It's really good. I want to try the medium one she just came out with. But this is the one. This is number 3 dark, but now I think this should be number 4, and there should be a new number 3. So I like this a lot. I like the bronzer. Is that a lot? I know I have some more things, but not a lot. Oh, this is beautiful. This Beauty Light Wand from Charlotte Tilbury is really good. It's really good. I have the shade medium in this one. So, yeah. And you said that's how you got your Natasha Denona collection, 50% off deal. It's good. I don't have any lipsticks from her. I should go back and look at that because I do think she has a bundle with lipsticks. Hopefully you can pick the shades. Hopefully. But yeah, I have heard good things about her lipsticks. Oh, and then I have that blush. Okay, I don't have to show you every Charlotte Tilbury product, but since it's sitting here, this Walk of No Shame. This is really good. So just in case you were wondering. All right, eyes. So we have the beautiful Glam palette right here. And then the Sultry palette next to it. There we go. So I see some similarities right off the bat. Yeah, I definitely see some similarities. Of course, some differences, especially immediately with the 3 mattes in this top row. So the pink and the like tannish. It's like a cooler, maybe more neutral tan shade. And then this bone shade right here. You don't see anything like that in Natasha's palette. I think Rose Quartz, this metallic shade here, right there, is a lot more pink than the center eyelid shade here. And then this shade there in the middle of the first row called Inner Corner. So, you know, some differences, but some similarities as well. So if you don't have this one, and I know Nikki said that too. She said she's going to use the Sultry instead of Glam until she can get Glam. Or whether or not she even really needs Glam if you have this one. See, I didn't even think about that comparison. That's one thing I need to kind of improve when I'm doing my palette reviews, is kind of thinking about what these things are comparable to, because oftentimes I'm reviewing a palette or using a palette and just considering it by itself versus what it compares to in my collection, so that you guys can get more information about it that way. Kinky Sweat's really good about doing all that. And I think Mel Thompson and stuff, there's just a lot. So, all right. So let's see if we can get a similar look. I'm quite sure we can. All right. So I'm going to use crease. Oh, wait. Let's see. Yes, I think, well, just looking at it, Twig, see if I can do this. All right, Twig here looks like it'll be comparable to either this matte shade, or no, this matte shade here in Natasha's palette, and then this one there. So yeah, the more info, yes, the better, definitely. All right, so I'm just going to put Twig down, and then I'm going to see which one I think when I get it on the eye. So let me get a brush. And so on the right, I'm going to do my best keeping this information, keeping the, you know, eyes separate. Sometimes get a little bit, you know, switched up or, you know, mixed up. Okay, Twig. That's this matte cooler toned shade there. And I'm gonna, before I do that, I'm putting down groundwork paint pot. Okay. Okay. So did you guys have good dinners yesterday? I hope so. Hopefully everything went well for you all. I know it's a different time, but hopefully, you know what I mean, as well as can be during this crazy time. All right, twig. Oh, good. Your fried turkey was good. That's good. I've never, well, I had a fried turkey yesterday because we purchased, like I told you guys, that Popeyes turkey and put that in the oven, and it was really good. And I think there's supposed to be a fried Cajun turkey, but I've never had any fried turkey other than that. Well, that's good. So did everybody have their own like meal and stuff like that on Zoom? Did you cook anything special? I feel like I probably would have just had regular stuff. If it was just me versus, you know, having my husband and stuff here. So, all right. So that one, you can see it has like a slight gray tone to it. And now I'm going to go with a different brush and use crease. Let me show you all which one that one is. And the Glam palette, and it's this shade here. I think that one will be the most similar because smoke is too rich. I think too dark. Okay. All right, they're looking pretty similar. Yeah, they're looking quite similar. So the ABH twig versus Natasha Denona crease. Well, the first crease shade. I don't know if there's another crease shade in here. No. And this is the original, you know, formation of the palette or arrangement of the palette. So, okay. Now, of course, we don't have a black in here, but okay, that sounds good. That sounds really nice. Black and shrimp and veggies, that sounds good. Okay. So now, so like, okay, I was saying, we don't have a black, but we have that lash line shade in here. It's pretty dark, so that's as close to a black we're gonna get, which I think that might be sufficient. Let's see, but I'm gonna go in with smoke. Wait, should I go in with smoke? Smoke right here. I'm gonna go with smoke to do a gradual buildup of the depth because I think, yeah, I just think I should do it gradually. Okay, so let's go with smoke versus dystopian. That's this really dark brown shade. So I'm going to do my ABH eye first again. I'm going in with dystopian, the dark brown. And so these shades aren't very similar at all, but I feel like I can get a similar effect if I slowly build up Dystopian. Dystopian is very intense. Okay. All right. I do have the Sunset palette by Natasha Denona. I have one video on my channel with that palette, and I mainly purchased it just to complete my collection of the, I think they're 12 pans. Are they 12 pans? 15 pans? Something like that. Yeah, so I just bought it just to complete my collection. I don't really care for it that much. And I think just because it's so warm, I think that's just it. But I got some beautiful looks with it. So yeah, it's a good palette. Chai, do you have Sunset? What do you think of it? If you do. All right, and so back with my the brush I used to blend twig into the transition area. I'm just making sure I blend that out. Okay. So I think that blended out nicely. Okay. Now I'm going to use smoke here because you can get some depth with smoke. You said it's your least favorite of them all. Same. Same. I think that, I mean, I wasn't into Natasha Denona when it came out, but that was a very popular palette. But yeah, it is too warm. I agree. Okay. Okay. So yeah, I am getting some smoke out with smoke. So it's pretty. I like Safari. Yes, thoughts on Safari. I like it a lot. Um, if you, of course, if you like mattes and things, but I think there were comments before that there were some issues with blending that palette, but I didn't have any issues. So maybe she did a reformulation, or maybe it was a batch issue or something like that. But so far, I haven't had any issues. So yeah, I purchased that when it was on sale at Sephora earlier in the summer. I think it was that I purchased that. I like it. Okay, I shouldn't have done that, but I didn't do it long. I used the Natasha Denona brush on the Glam, or on the Sultry side. Okay, but that's a similar. We've got similarities going so far. Okay, hi Emily, thank you. Oh, hi Toya, how are you doing? Thanks for coming. And I think I should have a couple of pictures on my Instagram with with the Safari palette. So they would be earlier in the summer. I haven't posted on Instagram in quite a while. It's like I get good on one platform and then the other one goes down. I gotta do a better juggling job. So I think I said hi to Emily. Thank you for mentioning like. Please like the live if you are having a nice time. All right. I think we're pretty much the same so far. So I'm going to leave the black in the lash line for at the end, maybe if I want to add more depth, on this outer area. Okay. Now we've got all these metallics that have quite a bit of similarities, just at least just looking at them. Because I know that on some of these, like this outer eyelid, this outer eyelid shade from Natasha Denona, it has some different colored glitters in there. So if you just look at it, it's like, okay, that looks like just maybe like a steely gray type shade, but there's more to it than that. So that's what makes these shades from Natasha Denona a lot, like, very interesting. I won't say a lot more interesting, but very interesting. So let's see. I think, all right, what about teak here? This shade teak versus outer eyelid. See, I think this one is more brown than teak is. Teak is going to have a lot more shine to it, I think. Let's just do a quick swatch comparison. And it looks a little brighter. So I don't know if that's a good comparison. You see. Yeah, that's totally different. Come on now, Ashley. All right, this one is teak, and then this one is outer eyelid from Natasha Denona. Oh yeah, that's not a good comparison at all. They're totally different. Huh, interesting. Right. Okay, Maria. Yes, hopefully this is, very helpful. Especially since this one has been out of stock. All right, what about, well, no. All right, let's try Steampunk. Just a second. Ember. What about Ember? That's this one here. I don't think that's going to match either. So it doesn't look like we really have anything in this palette, in the ABH palette, that's going to compare to that brown shade in the middle. So this middle one, I don't think my camera's focusing. All right, this middle shade is from the Glam palette, and the other two are from the ABH palette. All right, that's not going to work. Okay. What about center eyelid? This one. I'm going to swatch that one. Yes, a battle of the cool tones. All right, make sure I wipe this off. All right, center eyelid. I'm just going to swatch that here. That center eyelid, that's Natasha Denona. And now, what about Steampunk? That one there. That might be a good one. ABH does their metallic. They got some good metallics, y'all. All right, so that's Natasha Denona. That's Steampunk from ABH. I think those are pretty similar. I think there's a subtle undertone difference. Yeah. A subtle undertone difference, but those are quite similar. So center eyelid and Steampunk. All right. This is challenging. How do people do this? That's not, okay, there we go. So we've got one that looks pretty similar so far, other than the two mattes we've used so far. ABH mattes on our skin tone. I don't know. I don't know if I've had much trouble with them. Although I will say that I did not like that Riviera palette. Do you guys have that? I have it. I did a video, I think a couple videos on my channel with it, but after I did those videos, I didn't do anything else with it. So unless I was trying to challenge myself to use the palette or something. So, okay. All right. So I had a suspicion earlier in the video. I mentioned to you guys about rose quartz versus these other two rose shades in the palette. Nope, you don't have it. Oh my goodness. Yeah, I didn't really care for it. All right, so I've got rose quartz. This is from Sultry. Well, I don't think you all are missing much of anything, in my opinion. So, all right, and then center eyelid, and then let's go with inner corner. All right, center eyelid, inner corner. All right, so ABH in the middle. Then we have center eyelid and inner corner from the ABH. I mean, from the Natasha Denona palette. Obviously, like I suspected before, rose quartz is quite a bit more pink than these shades in Natasha's palette. They're just have subtle hints of pink. This shade here and this shade here. So yeah, I wish she would have put real names in this palette, Natasha Denona. I wish she would have. All right, let's compare Cyborg. I know we're just doing swatch comparisons now, but I'm trying to make sure I get a look that kind of looks comparable on both sides. And I guess this is what I got to do. So Cyborg, let me get a clean finger. This is the one we swatched in our previous video when we were talking about these. It's so shiny from ABH, and I'm going to compare that right here. Okay, and let's get a silvery shade. It looks like maybe center eyelid would be the main one. That's this one. So you said the consistent so far is Natasha Denona. Well, I mean, I really like the metallics in the ABH one. I do in Natasha Denona's too, but it seems like so far that ABH has a lot more shine in some of them, but some of Natasha's has that like nice micro fine glitter sprinkled in there. See, this doesn't compare. All right, ABH Cyborg and Natasha Denona inner corner, or no, center eyelid. This one is a lot more like champagne. It has like a subtle warmth to it, I think, versus Cyborg is like a lot more cool. All right, what am I gonna do then? Okay. Well, let's go with Steampunk. We know that one is comparable to center eyelid, and we're going to put that on the main portion of the eye. And I'm going to put some glitter glue down on both, just to make sure we're treating both sides equally. Toy, you said Jackie's mats are the only ones you like from them. Oh, interesting. Okay. I've not had an issue with their mats, at least. Nothing that I can remember. I mean, I have had it where they've like stuck in a place, and I've had a line like the dark purple from Jackie's palette. I think I had that issue where it wouldn't blend out properly. So it could have been an issue with the way I prepped my lids or something like that. So I have had that issue, but other than that, it's been okay. So we've got ABH on this side. No, we don't. Do we? See, I knew I was going to do this. Yes. All right, right. ABH is on this side. Come on now. All right. Steampunk. Oh my gosh. It's so pretty. Come on. This is so nice. It's so shiny. It's so shiny. Like without glitter. It's just okay. I like that. I like the metallics in this palette. They perform so nicely. All right. I'm going to take center eyelid on this side. And here we go with the same effect. I can't say that either. I think they both look very similar in texture and the way they lay down on the lid. I won't say either one is shinier than the other or either one looks, I know, pretty. I know, I'm supposed to stop saying pretty. I mean, I stopped saying it, but find another, synonym. Okay. It is gorgeous. I totally agree, Toya. Okay. All right. Now for the next shade. See, that's Ember. That's not going to compare to anything in here. I don't know. I think it's like comparable just looking at it, but there's subtle differences, of course. All right. I'm just going to go ahead and use, no, we did Cinder. Wait, did we do Cinder? What about Cinder? I'm going to swipe this over here. All right, Cinder, this is from ABH. It's like a bronze, but it's pretty bright. They do look beautiful, Emily. So that's Cinder. I'm looking to see if there's anything similar, and I don't think so in Natasha's palette. That's Brow Bone, but it's not similar. This one is more ivory looking. So not going to be comparable. So we are going to use, I'm just going to go with Cyborg because it's stunning. I know we don't have anything directly comparable, but it's a little bit, I mean, the undertone is different between these two, but it's close enough. Okay, I'm going to take Cyborg on a brush and I'm going to spray it because they are beautiful metallics. I also think that they can be a little flaky sometimes. And I didn't put glitter glue on my inner corner, of course. I don't want to get any fallout. So I'm going to put this here on the inner corner and pat it up over towards Steampunk. Oh, thank you. Thank you. I even though I have this palette, I'm using the ABH. I got them from Etsy. All right, that's pretty. Yeah, okay, good. Yeah, I'm glad you agree. I'm not just seeing things. So yeah, I still got some fallout with that shade, even though I sprayed my brush. Maybe I didn't spray the brush good enough, but I still got fallout. Okay. Now, for the other side, let's look at inner corner. I'm going to just swatch inner corner next to this other one over here. No, still not comparable. All right. So, whoops. Cyborg, center eyelid, and then inner corner on this middle row here. These last two shades here. Oh, okay. Yeah, and I did use a natural hair brush. This was a Wayne Goss #7 brush to pick that up. So yeah. So yeah, that probably also contributed to some of the fallout. I'm gonna use oop, this Esom G27 brush, and I'm just gonna go with center eyelid because it's the most silver of the shades that are available in this palette. It's this one here, down right there. Okay. And I will spray this brush as well. Okay. I think we got a package coming in. All right. So these are pretty. This one is more, it has less shine in it. I think that may be just attributed to the actual color because this cyborg shade, it has a hint of, I think it has a hint of pink or a hint of purple, something in it that's really bright. This one is a little more dull than Cyborg. Cyborg is one of my favorite shades in that ABH palette, just because it's just so shiny and it's just so beautiful. So those shades aren't directly comparable, similar, but not all the way. All right, so now I'm gonna go back in with my mattes on my, the crease area just to make sure I reinforce that blend. Okay, so on the Natasha side, I'm going with Smoke. Wayne Goss #4. Wayne Goss #4. Hi, Nikki. How are you? Okay. And then on the ABH side, going with Dystopian. Making sure that's blended out nicely. Okay. I think that's nice. I want to add another shade, and they're not comparable. We did this one first, but I'm going to go with Teak versus the outer eyelid. So I'm going to take Teak on my finger and press that right here. I think that just adds a little bit more interest to the look. And now I'm going to go back with Dystopian. I covered it up a little bit and just add a little bit more depth here and blend out that Teak shade. Okay. So I did pose this question earlier, but we've got some more. Oh, you finally got the Glam palette, Nikki. Okay, cool. Yeah, they both are, I like them both. Okay. There we go. So that's nice. I'm going to, on the other palette, just use the outer eyelid shade, the only one that's remotely comparable to that one. And do the same thing. All right. Thank you, Nikki. Yes, please like the video. And if you're not subscribed, I would definitely appreciate it. If you enjoy this video and want to see more like it, if you would subscribe, that would be great. Okay. All right. So I just think overall that this eye, the Sultry eye, has a lot more shine to it. And I think that might just be the formula that contributes to that. Some of Natasha's are a little less shiny and things like that, a little less foiled looking. Because I did add that outer eyelid shade here, but it's not providing as much shine. You know, we did comparison here on my hand, and you can see that, you know, it's just not as shiny as the others. And it's just a different shade. So, hey, all right. Now, for my brow bone, I put that shade right here. This is the brow bone shade from the not the ABH, the Glam palette. I'm going to put that on brow bone. And what do we have in the Sultry palette that I could use? I don't think we have anything comparable in the Sultry palette. Comparable to brow bone. Yeah. Oh, Biba is 30% off. I did see that on her website. Well, that would be a good deal. That's not the brush I wanted. Okay, yeah, I'm looking at these two palettes. I don't think brow bone has a comparison in Sultry. Brow bone is the nice champagne shade at the bottom of the palette. It's this shade here. And then I don't see anything in the ABH palette that is similar. And Pearl, I think this is the one shade in the palette that I don't really care for in the ABH, like the one metallic at least, that I don't. Let's see what it looks like. It's a quite light metallic. It's okay. I thought it was going to be flakier than that. But this isn't something that I would put on my brow bone either because it's quite bright. Hi, JC. Thank you for coming through. Yeah, this brow bone is nice and champagne looking. And we don't have anything in the ABH, so I'm going to just skip that. Or, I'll use something different. And Chai, you said earlier that you bought some J. Crew loungewear. I'll have to look into that. I want more pajamas and stuff like that, but it's just hard to purchase online and not know if it's going to fit right and things like that. Oh yeah, Nikki, I did see that it was on sale on her website in one of the sections. I don't know if it was 30%. Oh, yeah, there you go, Maria, 30%. So for this brow bone, yeah, we don't have a champagne in here. A nice, like soft, light champagne. Right. There you go, Chai. That's a good way to put it. More sheen than shine. Yes, that's a good way to put it. 50% off already reduced. So it's like additional on sale on top of already sale? Is that what you're saying? All right, I'm just sitting here contemplating. I just need to make a move. I'm going to try Pearl with a light hand. With a light hand. I don't want to get it too crazy over here. Oh, okay. 50% for the J. Crew. Okay, that makes more sense what I was thinking about. Okay. I'll have to look that up. So I want pajamas and things like that. I've actually been looking for the past few weeks. I actually want a nice robe. I want a satin robe. Like a satin or a silk robe that's not like heck of expensive. I went onto the that Fenty site, Savage, but they didn't have any, so I was quite surprised. Metropolis is $90. How much was that palette? I don't even remember. Okay. So I think overall the looks look similar. I'm going to do the eyelashes or the mascara and everything like that, but I think they look similar. But you guys can see that it's not like a one-for-one exact comparison and things like that. And like you said, Chai, it's more of a sheen versus shine type thing. So if you really like that shine and stuff, then I think you'll really enjoy the metallics in this palette. And if you prefer more of a sheen, then you would go for this one. And one thing I will say, because I was comparing like outer eyelid versus teak in the Sultry palette. This shade here, and I don't know if we did this when I did my video on this palette, but this shade will work nicely in the crease. So that's something that really Natasha Denona does well with her metallic formula, is that because it is more of a sheen, you can blend it out into the crease and it won't look garish or strange or too funny or like editorial or anything like that. So versus excuse me, with ABH, some of these shades I probably would not venture to adding into my crease, like teak, like this shade here, because it's got a lot of shine to it. So, right, there you go. Sheen is more everyday friendly, like you said, Nikki. So for my lower lash line on my Natasha side, I'm going to go in with lash line since we didn't use our blacks. And I know that's not a black, but it's the closest thing to it. And I think it's pretty pigmented. I'm going to put this on my lower lash line, swoop that under here. And so you said Metropolis was $129. I can't believe I paid that much money for that palette. I thought it was less expensive. I think I used one of the $100 coupon or reward that I had to get that. Okay. And then on the other side, I'm going to go with the black, very light-handed. I do remember that about these ABH blacks, that they are they're intense. I hardly even use it. It doesn't even look like I ever used this one. Yeah, you can see how dark that is. Oh, okay. Yes, I. Oh, wait. Do I love the Metropolis? No, I don't. It's nice. It's nice. I don't love it. It's not one of my favorites. I'll say that. I'm not the biggest fan of the color story. There's some beautiful shades in there. The performance for me is fine. I'm not very attracted to the color story. I wish there was more depth in the palette. And we did a video on this. Yeah, we did a video on, I did a live chat on Metropolis, and I briefly mentioned some of the things that I wish were different about that palette. No, please. I would encourage you to watch. Were you on the live? I would definitely encourage you to look at that. I don't want to say don't get it. I personally am not a fan of the color story, but a lot of people enjoy it. She said, "Oh yeah, well I'm not gonna get it." If you like the color story, I think you'll be happy with the palette. But yes, I do like Biba. Yes, I do like Biba. Okay, so this black is really black. I would go with Biba. It's everyday friends, certainly everyday friendly, and there's have a little bit of warmth in there, a lot of neutral, and you've got that cool row with your black and the gray and stuff, and then your bone shade. I really like it, but I wish there were more metallics, but she's got metallics everywhere else. So I really like Biba. You're gonna get, if you like everyday shades and stuff like that, you're certainly gonna get a lot of use out of it. So yeah, and Chai's second in that on the Biba. Yeah. So yeah, I was on the fence about Metropolis when it came out. I wasn't gonna get it, but I was like, well, I'll do a review for my channel, and then I got pregnant. This sounds crazy. I was pregnant and I didn't have the energy to film and edit and stuff like that. So I went on my little hiatus. But yeah, that's the only reason I got it really was for the channel. Because I wasn't interested in the color story. And you're gonna hit the button. Right. Yes. Thank you for adding that, Chai. Yes. And I was going to say that the colors, they look different in the pan for those cream to powder shades, like the dark blue, the dark teal shade. They go onto the eye differently. They go on intensely, but as you're blending it out, you can see it looks very different than what's in the pan. And I think that was supposed to be a good thing about the formula. I didn't find it to be a good thing because I need the dark. I need the depth in the palette, and I don't get it with that palette. So you said you lust after Biba. Okay. Yeah, I like it sometimes, like the cream to powder formula. I think that's the dark purple shade in bronze, and I do like it in that. I like the formula of that shade. It's called Deep Dive or something like that. But yeah, so I like it on that shade, and I actually like the cream to powder formula in the Biba because she's got a few shades in there that I really enjoy it for. But in Metropolis, just the colors that she did that formula with didn't work for me. Yeah. So do it for us, please. What are you saying? Do it for us. Right. There you go, Nikki. Minimal blending only. So yeah, you could see that in the live that I did. Like if you just pack it on, then you're good. And then just like Nikki said, just do a little bit of blending. But if I'm going in and in and in, it's just gonna fade to it's gonna fade to something different. So okay, I'm just talking. I need to do the mascara and stuff. So I can let you guys go because I'm just talking. Okay, I'm gonna go in with my infallible eyeliner and do some quick waterline stuff here. I will say fallout is a lot more on ABH versus Natasha Denona. So we'll see how that kicks off, because I did powder my face down before I got on live, but I don't know. I'm not confident that it's going to brush off very easily. Okay, and then do some smudge liner here. Yes, it is. That's why I like the glitter glue, but even then, you know, I had the glitter glue down and still had some fallout on my face. Okay. You know what? Have I ever used the coral shade? That's a good question. I think I've used it maybe once or twice because I've tried to incorporate it into looks, and I just haven't had a desire to use it with any of my looks that I've done with this. I think I've used it, you know, I did my 5-look video with this palette, and I think I used it maybe once or twice. But I always just tend to skip that one. It's very much so an outlier. I don't know why it's there. So yes, JC, I agree with you. I don't know why it's there. So I haven't used it very much. So I tried to incorporate it a couple of times, and I was just like, well, I'll leave it alone. You said you only own one ABH palette. Okay. Oh, Emily, you're fine. You're fine. Thank you for, you know, popping in and stuff. That's how I do on the lives. I'm very sporadic. When I'm able to catch them, I'm always doing something else. So yeah, and listening. Yeah, how is your I think you said your son is 3 years old? How is he doing? Oh, there's a phone in here that I didn't realize was here. Okay, mascara time. Oh, you're on call tonight. Okay. That's nice. You got some mommy relaxation time. This is my relaxation time. I'm just really enjoying doing these every single day. And when you guys coming and we're talking makeup, because nobody else in my family really cares about this stuff. My husband listens, of course, and he'll say, "Oh, you getting some Tom Ford stuff?" He's really been on the Tom Ford name recently, and he's familiar a little bit with Pat McGrath and stuff, but y'all know it's not the same. So yeah. Oh, good. I'm glad you guys do. I appreciate you all coming through. Like, y'all been going hard, coming almost to every single one. 3 years old and rambunctious. Yeah. So yeah, I definitely appreciate Jada's where she is right now. And then at the same time, like, come on, baby, just tell me what you want. You know, but I'm certainly, you know, not trying to rush it. Yes, yes, he does. And he's always like, "How did it go, babe?" I'm like, "It went well. Everyone was there and very kind and all that stuff." And he said he came onto one of the lives, but he didn't say anything. I was like, "Babe, you could have said something." Okay. All right, so these are the eye looks. I think they both look very nice, nice and cool and stuff. And we've got similar looks on both eyes. I don't think anybody just looking at me would be like, okay, you have two different, shadows, two sets of shadows on. So I think they're both nice. I'm happy I have both of them. I wouldn't say that if Glam came out and I knew what I know now about the comparisons, that I wouldn't buy Glam. So that's just me though. Okay. So I think we got a lot of good comparisons going. I'm going to throw some blush on really quickly, and then we're going to look at this Tom Ford highlight here. So I've got the bronzer on here, and then I'm going to do the highlight after I put on some blush. And I haven't used this on camera. I'm just going to use this. Don't go talking about us. Oh, no, it's all wonderful things. And then the pink, Bright Poppy. This is the Wayne Goss blush, right? Bright Poppy. Yeah, so I'm just going to use the blush out of here. Okay. Brush. I'm just going to use this one from Alicia's collaboration. It is the X52. Oh, I did see that. I'm just catching up on different comments. You said the Pat mascara is $10, the Fetish Eyes mascara, and you like both of them. I prefer the Dark Star. If you care about my opinion, I prefer the Dark Star, but the Fetish Eyes worked nicely for me too. Okay. This is a very intense shade, but it is very pretty. Oh, thank you, Chai. We're supposed to put up my Christmas tree today, so that's exciting. I've got a new Christmas tree for our home. My other one was pretty short, so hopefully this one isn't too large for our home. Oh, thank you, Julia. Let's see. Yes, it does. I like the way this is popping on here with the eye look. So maybe that was her intention with that coral shade in the palette. I just haven't incorporated it well with an eye look. Okay. Yay. All right. Now, Julia, you said the Tom Ford highlighter is in your Sephora cart. I like are you talking about this flicker item? I like the contour so far, or the bronzer, however you want to put it. It's very intense. A little goes a long way. And it actually looks richer on my skin than I thought it was going to be. So that's good. All right. Now, every highlighter from Tom Ford I enjoy, so I'm assuming I'm going to enjoy this one. I'm going with the Detail Pro. Just cleaned it off from any other highlight, and look at that shine. Wow. It's pretty gold. It's very gold. It's nice and smooth though. I'll buff and things to make sure everything is blended out and such, but yeah, it's bright, it's shiny, and it's smooth, which is nice. You said you're learning to love cool tones. Yeah, I like them so much. I do. So for those Natasha Denona 5 pans, Are you, well, Chai, you said you already have a couple. I wish they actually had names so that it would be easier to kind of remember what they are. I have the number one, I think. It's on my video. I mean, on my channel. I did a video on it. I don't know which one to get or which two, because I think they're buy one get one, so you'd get two for $45. Okay, those that yes, buttery, very buttery. This is nice. Okay, nice, nice, nice. I'm gonna see if I can knock off whatever fallout I had, but I might just end up with silver smears down my face. Whoop. Okay. Yep. Oh my gosh. Okay. Hey, it is what it is. All right. Oh yes, I know. I agree. I agree, Chai, and I agree, Nikki. Those shipping is I don't like paying for shipping. And the sales weren't that big this year. I guess that kind of fixed it. Me going in with my sponge, but yeah, I've got some shine here under the ABH side. It is what it is. All right. Lips, lips, lips. What is this? I just have random lipsticks on my area here. Okay. I'm going to use Belle Amour, the Divinal. It's like a little burgundy-ish, but I don't want to keep doing nudes. So, hey, it is what it is. All right, where's my groundwork? Ground control. Ground control, not groundwork. Do you guys shop Marc Jacobs? I don't have very many products from Marc Jacobs at all. But he's having a 30% off sale. I was going to go look and see if there was anything. Every time I look on his website, I just click off. So I see some things that look cool, but then I just like, whatever. And I don't end up buying. The only thing I've purchased is that Face 1, Face 2, whatever that foundation brush is that everybody talks about. Oh, yes, there you go. I was going to ask that question and you brought it back to my remembrance. The rumor is that the 5 pans are just rows of the largest palettes. And yes, I was going to ask you about that. So I guess I have one row of one of the larger palettes. Okay. Yeah, so yeah, the only thing buy one get one free I saw, at least what I can remember, that stood out is the 2 larger pans, 28 pans. And I think they had a couple. Actually, I think they had like some bundles that of the 15 pans that kind of equated or equaled buy one get one free. But someone else can probably confirm that better than I can. Okay. I've heard that the liners are good from Marc Jacobs. I probably won't purchase anything. Sometimes it's just too much to look through to figure out what you want, you know? At least that's how I get, and I just close off the site. Okay. All right, you guys. I think I've held you guys enough, but this is it. This is the final look, and I'm gonna buff really quickly. So I guess it's not really the final look, but phase 2. There it is. Yes. I'm gonna use the by Terry powder in medium dark and just make sure everything is blended smoothly. And for everyone who came after I started, I am using the AJ Crimson Foundation in shade number 6. It's a cream foundation. I like the foundation. I think it has really nice coverage, and shade number 6 is a good color for me. I think it is a little bit red, but you know, once I put everything together, I think it looks nice. So, oh, you said that doesn't include camel, coral, and cranberry. The unnamed 5. Okay. So, Nikki, I think, and you had asked me about comparing these two brushes. I don't see a difference. I mean, I don't notice that much of a difference between using them. So, oh, thank you, Emily. Yeah, but I don't see too much of a difference, but I'll probably have to refresh my memory. They're probably dirty somewhere. See, I can't see if they're in the container, but yeah. Oh, hi, Bridget. How are you? Thank you for coming through to the live. I'm about to end it here. For tomorrow's live, I'm not sure. I'll have to look at my palettes and see what I want to add to a poll. So hopefully you all can participate in the poll. And we'll be back here probably around the same time tomorrow, 3 o'clock, 2 or 3 o'clock. So yeah, but the palette, what kind of face is that? Does that mean it's a good palette? I'm not interested in it. Okay, the ease of finding the shade, I would say next to none. Because so you can click on the shade, like click on the picture, I think, of the shade. I'm trying to remember back to July when I had researched, and it'll reference a MAC number that you can compare it to. So it'll say comparable to MAC Studio Fix, blah, blah, blah. But the one I went to said MAC Matchmaster, which I'd never heard of, number, blah, blah, blah. So then I go onto Google and type in MAC Matchmaster 6 or whatever. I don't know. I don't know these numbers. And I couldn't find it. I had to guess, because so then I went to his website, looked at the next shade of like 5, saw what that one was compared to, which was Studio Fix something that didn't seem like it would be my shade. So I just guessed. Then needless to say, long story short, I guessed. Thankfully, it matched. So I don't know. He's only got, what is it, 7 shades of foundation, and he says that you should be able to you to work with those. So I don't know. I don't know. I don't think that it's very easy to find your shade. However, he did say if you're interested and you're curious, you can reach out to him on Facebook. I remember in the live, not on Facebook, on Instagram. But yeah, when they did a live, when Behind the Beauty was early on in its stages, I think they did a live with him, and he said that you could reach out and he would help with shade matching, because that was one of the questions in the live, like, are you going to add something to your website to help shade match? And it didn't seem like he had plans to do so. So I don't know. But yeah, I didn't, Emily, I wasn't too intrigued about the palette either, but I think it's supposedly getting good reviews. I haven't watched any of the reviews yet, though. So yeah, I'm talking about the, if you're asking me, Natural Beauty by Carla. Hi, Carla. If you're asking me about what I was talking about the foundation matching on AJ Crimson's website. So, but I do like the foundation. I like the ease of application. A little bit goes definitely a long way. If you've, a free online consultation. Okay, well, there you go. Sometimes I just want to go and pick my stuff and go. So I guess I skipped that portion. But yeah, I like the ease of use of the foundation. Where is it? Okay. Yeah, a little bit certainly goes a long way. So I feel like I'll have it for quite a while. It's in this compact. It's got a little divot in it from me using it. I just tap my brush in and apply as I need. So yeah. And I think Glam Girl Chelsea has a video on this foundation. So if you want to see how, pigmented and stuff it is, definitely check out her channel. And yeah, I don't think the packaging is that nice. It's quite, plastic and things like that. If there's any of you who really cares about packaging and stuff like that, it's not very fancy at all. So, and it snaps every time I close it. So the product is nice. Okay. Range Beauty, the Range Foundation will arrive soon. Okay. Yeah. When I went on there, and I went onto their website, I think it was sold out or something. Maybe the shade that I wanted was sold out, so I haven't purchased. So yeah. Okay. All righty. Well, you guys, thank you so much for coming on today, spending your time with me. An hour and a half. Girl, I got to get more concise. I've just been chatting it up. Okay. Yeah, I hear you, Chai. I agree with that. But if you do, let me know how your experience is with the online consultation. Range. That is a Black-owned makeup brand. I don't think they're in Sephora. But I think Glam Girl Chelsea has a few videos on their brand. They've got a lot of, they have a nice range of foundations. And I think they're supposed to be clean. I think it's a clean beauty brand, if I'm not mistaken. Okay. Oh, good. I'm glad you like the oil with the Denona foundation. So I'll have to purchase the oil so I can experience it. And I have not watched that Behind the Beauty interview, but I do hear really good things about their foundation and stuff. So hopefully you like it, Chai. Okay. All right, you guys, I'm really closing up now. I'm really closing up. Oh, and I think Range Beauty, you can purchase the samples. Because actually, I think I did purchase 2 samples earlier this year, but they came a little bit broken. So it was a mess. So I feel like I have a butt on every foundation we've talked about so far. Okay. All right, you guys, enjoy the rest of your day, and happy shopping if you're doing more shopping. And if not, way to save that money, okay? I will be talking to you all tomorrow. I'm going to put a poll up, and hopefully enough time for you guys to vote on something for us to use tomorrow. And I hope this was helpful for you to decide whether you need Glam versus Sultry, or you can just stick with your Sultry, or vice versa. And I will be talking to y'all later. All right, y'all have a wonderful day. Bye, guys.